Hey party people, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Bean.
And we're Kelly Beans Bees. We're second-year beekeepers here in Central Virginia, and today we are picking up where we left off in the Phish Food Hive out at the pumpkin patch. This is all of the drawn comb and honey that was in between the two boxes that we pulled out. And we might have taken a little snacky snack.
We did take a little snacky snack.
From some of the comb. So we did it kind of like cut comb, and we took the comb that had honey in it and chewed on it like bubble gum. And then spit the wax part out. But the honey part was very good. I don't know that I'm really here for the cut comb, like, feeling, you know? It's a different feeling in your mouth. But
yeah, it's, you know, you're chewing on wax instead of just eating honey.
Yeah, which I don't know how I felt about that. But the honey tasted good, and today it was not warm like it was last time.
Right.
If you watched the video of us out here last time, I tasted the honey and Bean asked me how it was, and I said it was warm. It was accurate. There's some brood and drone
I've got
cells
larvae. I believe I have eggs in these cells. I do. Okay, so that's really good to see.
We were a little worried that they had just become a honey hive.
Right. They're storing so much honey that I was afraid that they were starting to store honey in the brood nest, and if that starts to happen, then they're going to swarm because the queen doesn't have any room. But that's the second frame in down here, so that's really good to see. We want to see brood. But backtracking a little bit to the honey, so we took all that comb off right here on the top frames.
And you can see it's still wet.
They hadn't really done a whole lot in the super, so we went ahead and took off the queen excluder. We're going to put it on without one so that hopefully they will get up there and start drawing that a lot more. But they stored most of their honey right here that they didn't store on the frames. So we pulled that off, and you can see all of these bees that have collected on the top trying to drink down all this honey that we've exposed.
All of the flashing in front of the camera screen are bees.
Yes. Which, my gloves, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but they're completely covered in honey.
Wet.
Like, that's a big wet spot. All of this is wet. So the bees are all over me trying to collect as much honey as they can.
You're so sweet.
I am very sweet right now. You are correct. So, I'm going to go through a little bit more. I want to make sure that this hive isn't swarming, because they've got a massive population. They're storing a ton of honey. This is what I want to see in a hive at this time of year. This is a really good hive. So, I don't want to lose the queen and a bunch of these bees. So they have stored a ton of nectar all through here.
The bees are busy. I have about 12 in my face right now, guys. Hopefully you can hear them.
So they are starting to store a little bit of nectar where I would expect brood on this frame. But that's still not a huge issue. I haven't seen any queen cups or queen cells. But we're still early on in the inspection, so we're going to give it a little bit of time.
We're only on frame, what, 4 of 20?
Yes. Here,
can
you set that over there for me?
Yeah.
The wind shifted a little bit, so I was getting smoked out. That's supposed to be for the bees.
Yeah, it doesn't taste good. I was going to put my arm on this to stabilize
Okay, remember when I asked you to put that over there?
Yeah,
Can you
and
hand it to me? There's so many bees here on the tops of the frames now that we've broken all that honey out. I pretty much have to smoke each individual frame before I pull it out because there's just so many bees here on the top. I'm going to set it over there and hope that the wind doesn't shift again. I think a bee just crawled into our smoker, which is
well, there's a whole bunch of bees on it. There's like 4.
Okay, this frame's lighter.
Yeah, this has a new
so that's
brood on
a
it.
lot of brood. This is good to see.
This is a new brood.
And this is a lot of nectar. So when the brood's hatching out, they're storing nectar in it, which is not great to see. So, I'm going to keep on going through.
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave you off here or anything. Just thinking what I'm going to do. I may end up taking out a couple of these frames up top that are just full of honey. And probably we'll take like the edge frames.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
I think we will extract those.
Okay.
Can
you all just take a moment to see? That's about what it looks like in my face right now, and I'm not even at the bees. Going through the
But they've got so much honey that what they're lacking is room to store brood.
And they need that.
They definitely need that.
Especially if they want to keep
Yeah,
growing.
this is all nectar and pollen, and this is almost right in the middle of where the brood nest should be. So they definitely need some more space.
Okay.
So, I think I'm going to take a few of these deep frames. Our extractor that we bought will do 18 mediums, and then I think like
9.
half of that in deeps or something.
Yeah, I think
9.
it does 9 deeps.
So we can extract deep
Yeah,
frames if we need to.
Who needed that many frames? This guy.
Well, so if on the topic of the honey extractor, that's a massive amount for the amount of colonies that we have.
So I'd say we have 5, 6.
5 right now. We split out 1, so we may end up with another one. So 6.
And we're only second years, as
Right.
as we said in the beginning.
So that's a big extractor if you're like thinking about how many frames we've got.
Yeah,
and
like
how many hives and all that
it
kind
came
of stuff.
on a tractor trailer, on a pallet.
Right. But we figured we want to be in this for the long haul. Like,
Just so I don't
You know.
get stung too much, you know?
I'm expecting losses. I'm expecting that at some point I might, have a year that's just terrible and I lose my bees. Like, that can happen. That's why a lot of beekeepers get out of this, first-time beekeepers. Because their first, second years go really, really well. Maybe they don't treat for mites. Maybe they have a really bad year and they took too much honey and they don't feed enough in the fall. Something happens and they lose most of their colonies and they just, lose morale. Things were going really well and then all of a sudden they weren't.
I get
So they
that,
get out
though.
of it.
This is an expensive hobby. And for it to
This
not
is
go
another
well.
brood frame.
Yeah, this side has some too.
But again, they're doing the same thing. They're storing resources where they should be putting brood.
Is that a cell?
Nope.
Okay.
No, they're just drawn out drone brood.
Nice.
I'll leave it. But I understand that kind of stuff can happen, that you just have to take it in stride. You got to go, wow, I wish things were better, but they're not, and move forward. And I, love beekeeping. I love, as some people say, these little bees in a box.
These little bees are a lot of bees.
They are. And so, I want to grow, I want to expand, I want to keep doing this for a long time. So, we put some money into an extractor once, so that in 5 years, when we've got 25, 30 more hives, then we don't have to then buy a new extractor because it's taking us 3 days to try to extract all our honey with what we've got.
Oof, you see that honey dripping off, guys? That is some tasty honey, FYI. It definitely has a different flavor than the honey we pulled from here last year.
Which we are way earlier in the year.
Yeah, like a whole month and a half.
So none of those are queen cups. That's all drone brood. So there's one queen cup in here.
Are you going to keep it or crunch it?
We'll probably leave it.
Leave it?
There's nothing in it, so I'm not worried about it.
You don't want to crunch
They don't.
it?
No, they don't look like they're swarming. If there's nothing in it, they're not going to
I see them swarming
push
at
for
my
it.
face.
If there's nothing in it, it's not like they're going to. If there's like 1 or 2, they're not really going to push for it if they have the room. The bees will just make extra cells sometimes,
I feel like this is the most bees we've had in our face.
which is a good thing. We want lots of bees.
I know.
Lots of bees mean lots of honey and lots of splits as well. So, what
You're
I
not
want
finishing?
to do... No, I'm happy with what I've seen in this hive. I don't even think I'm going to go through the top box. I'll probably
But aren't
try
you
to
gonna
hold
pull
it up.
some?
Yes, I'm going to do that. I'll probably try to hold it up and have you look at the bottom and just do a quick scan to make sure there's no queen cells or anything. But as long as we do that, I'm going to pull a couple of the edge frames of honey that are completely capped, completely full. And we've got some drawn frame from some of the hives that we had that went laying worker. And I'm going to replace those into this hive, probably in the center right here. And that'll give the queen a ton of room to... They hopefully won't swarm. We'll probably be back out here in a week to make sure that they're all good. But I think that will give them the space they need, and we're getting our first honey harvest. Not what I expected. I thought we were going to get honey off the supers. But hey, sometimes things work out like this, that you just need to pull that honey off or else they're going to pack out the brood nest and not have enough space.
Yeah, I'm going to need to go to the car and immediately buy jars. Okay.
Yes, we do need jars. We've got some left over that we used last year that we've now washed and are ready to go again, but not
They're
a ton.
baby jars.
Yes, they're 4S
We want
jars.
big jars.
Well,
Bigger.
we're probably pulling 3 deep frames. Last year we did 3 medium frames, and that was 28 jars of honey. So...
Woo. Hope my mom has some room in her freezer.
Well, theoretically we could grab everything we need and extract and then leave it in the bucket that we have to fill jars with. But, you know, we'll see.
We'll think about it.
We will bring you all back. Obviously not right after this video. We got 2 more hives to go through, and we're going to show you what we do here.
And we got to get some stuff from the car and all that too.
Yes, but I think this is a good place to wrap up this video. We've kind of got a plan. We know what we're going to do. In the next video, we'll enact that plan. We'll show you what we're doing. And then stick around because we're going to be extracting honey. We will have honey, and that's going to be in a video coming soon. We'll probably go through this set of colonies, and then the video after that should be honey. So, if you're excited about that, stick around.
I'm excited, but I'm also like,
And get one more view of this hive for me, please, Kelly, before we let the people go.
I feel like they should just be able to hear and like see your face to know that's what my face looks like too.
Right. So, this is what a productive colony looks like. I'm so excited to see it because, you know, it's our 2nd year beekeeping. Stuff like this, you know, this is what we're looking for. So, we finally got a good colony going. We built up last year. We've got some strong hives this year. It's what we like to see.
Perfect.
So, come back. Keep watching our channel. If you subscribe, you can get notifications if you check that option to see when our videos go live if you are looking for those honey videos.
Yeah, then you won't miss us.
And stick around because things should be pretty fun coming up.
All
Bees
right.
out, everybody.
Bees out, y'all.